Welcome to another of the most fascinating ancient stories that are intertwined with biblical curiosities, where the spotlight of the narrative often neglects the heroines who shape destinies. In today's video, we will explore the vibrant and intriguing lives of the daughters of Adam and Eve, characters often eclipsed by the shadow of better-known stories. Get ready to unravel mysteries, rewrite concepts, and delve into genealogical richness that transcends conventional logic. From Avan to Azura, from unexplored bloodlines to genetic legacies, this is an odyssey that defies expectations and reveals the truth behind forgotten protagonists. Hold on to your interest, for the daughters of Adam and Eve have so much more to offer than we ever imagined. After all, some stories are so intriguing that time tries to hide them, but today, we bring them back to light. When we talk about the story of creation and Adam and Eve, most think of Cain and Abel, but there is much more to this lineage, as the Book of Jubilees revealing secrets beyond the Garden of Eden shows us. Before we share the stories of Adam and Eve's forgotten daughters, it is important to understand the intriguing context surrounding these biblical characters. While many focus on the best-known narratives, such as the tragedy of Cain and Abel, there is a vast unexplored territory that reveals the complexity of this ancestry. The Garden of Eden, often painted as a paradisiacal setting, is the starting point. However, as we expand our vision beyond this heavenly garden, we come across a vast, unexplored world where the daughters of Adam and Eve play a crucial role. Daughters of Adam and Eve? Maybe you are wondering about this because the Bible only highlights the couple's three children, Cain, Abel, and Seth. But in Genesis 5 and 4 it says that Adam, after he fathered Seth, fathered sons and daughters. Adam and Eve were not only the first humans, but apparently also the most fertile. Speculation about hundreds of sons and daughters sheds fascinating light on the extraordinary fertility of this legendary couple. Therefore, only going between the lines of the scriptures can we uncover the stories that time has tried to hide. But taking advantage of the fact that you are here, take a look at whether you are already subscribed to the channel and whether the notification bell is active. If not yet, subscribe and activate the bell as we are always posting new content. When exploring this scenario, it is vital to highlight the relevance of apocryphal texts such as the Book of Jubilees, which shed light on details neglected by the main narrative. These ancient and often forgotten sources provide the fundamental building blocks for building a more complete understanding of the daughters of Adam and Eve. After all, understanding the past is the key to unlocking the mysteries of the present. The story begins with the forgotten protagonist. It's time to meet Avan, Cain's sister wife, and Azura, Seth's sister wife. Their stories are revealed through sources such as the Book of Jubilees, offering a unique perspective on these often overlooked figures. Avan and Azura are women who shape destinies. While biblical accounts often highlight prominent male figures, female protagonists often remain in the shadows. However, our dive into scripture reveals two names that echo through the centuries, Avan and Azura. These are the forgotten women, daughters of Adam and Eve, whose stories are as remarkable as they are unknown. The first is Avan, the forgotten power. In the vast tapestry of extra-biblical narratives, Avan emerges as the wife of Cain, the notorious firstborn of Adam and Eve. Her name, rich in meaning, carries with it nuances of potency and even vice. The Book of Jubilees sheds light on his life, revealing Avan, the wife of Cain, is not just a footnote in history, but a figure who plays a vital role in the lineage of this troubled son of Adam and Eve. Cain's offspring is revealed through Avan's motherhood, culminating in the intriguing figure of Enoch, whose contribution goes beyond mere fatherhood. Enoch is not just a name, but a builder of cities, as narrated in the pages of the Bible. The second is Azura, the substitute and builder of destiny, the second daughter of Adam and Eve. The meaning of her name, substitution, or compensation, brings depth to her story. Married to Seth, the third son of the legendary couple, Azura is identified as the woman whose lineage would lead to crucial events in the biblical narrative. The Book of Jubilees highlights her unique trajectory, initially married to Abel, becoming a widow after his death, and then playing a vital role as Seth's wife. By unearthing these forgotten protagonists, we are challenging the conventional narrative that often relegates women to the background. Avan and Azura are more than just characters. They are architects of lineages, shapers of destinies, and silent witnesses of a forgotten era. In an age where a woman's achievements were often overlooked, these forgotten protagonists emerged to mark their place in the annals of history. After all, the true plot of humanity is told by the hands of those who have often been relegated to oblivion. By unearthing these forgotten protagonists, we are challenging the conventional narrative that often relegates women to the background. Avan and Azura are more than just characters. They are architects of lineages, shapers of destinies, and silent witnesses of a forgotten era. In an age where a woman's achievements were often overlooked, these forgotten protagonists emerged to mark their place in the annals of history. After all, the true plot of humanity is told by the hands of those who have often been relegated to oblivion. The story of the forgotten daughters of Adam and Eve takes us on a fascinating journey through the pages of history about genealogical connections between blood ties and divine destinies. By unraveling the intricate threads of the past, the genealogical connections between the forgotten daughters of Adam and Eve emerge like a rich tapestry, woven with names that transcend eras. Avan and Azura, often overlooked protagonists, are not just isolated figures but crucial links in a genealogical chain that shaped the course of biblical history. The genealogy of Seth became a bridge to important figures. The genealogical narrative is not just an exercise in counting kinships, but a bridge that connects the events of creation to the story of the flood and beyond. Seth and Azura, in giving birth to Enos, establish a godly lineage that culminates in crucial figures like Noah. This genealogical connection is not just a timeline, but a map that reveals the destiny of humanity. By exploring these connections, we are uncovering not just the blood ties, but the divine destinies intertwined in these stories. Avan and Azura, alongside their sibling spouses, become agents of a larger plot, shaping the course of biblical history with each generation that followed. In a world full of names and lineages, these genealogical connections offer a unique and captivating look into the past, where each link tells a story. Adam and Eve were not only the first humans, but, it seems, they were also the most fertile, leaving behind a legacy of offspring that surpasses any imagination. In the book of Genesis, chapter 5, verses 4 and 5, we discover that after begetting Seth, Adam lived an incredible 800 years. During this period, he continued to produce sons and daughters, totaling an impressive lifespan of 930 years. This is not just a record of longevity, but a testimony to Adam's extraordinary fertility. Speculation about the exact number of sons and daughters Adam and Eve had is dizzying. Given the couple's robust health and fertility, some theories suggest their offspring could have numbered in the hundreds, if not more. This is not just a biological fact, but a crucial aspect that contributes to human ethnic diversity. Eve lived for 900 years. Eve surpasses all known marks, becoming the most fertile woman in history, even compared to modern records. Adam and Eve's abundant offspring are not just a biological curiosity. It is the forger of human ethnic diversity. Sons and daughters not only increased in number, but also gave rise to diverse ethnic lineages, contributing to the wealth of the human race. By unearthing the surprising fertility of Adam and Eve, we are exploring not just the biology, but the cultural and ethnic impact of this abundant offspring. The daughters' untold story takes on an even more intriguing dimension when viewed through the lens of the extraordinary fertility of their parents, Adam and Eve. As we explore the untold story of Adam and Eve's daughters, a fascinating aspect emerges from the shadows: their crucial contribution to ethnic diversity and the genetic legacy that unites humanity. It is not just a story, but a deep and complex chapter that shaped the variety of ethnicities and races we know today. When we consider Adam and Eve as the original progenitors, ethnic diversity is not a mere coincidence, but an intrinsic part of their offspring. Their astonishing fertility not only resulted in a vast number of sons and daughters, but also a multiplicity of ethnic lineages. The biblical text not only mentions offspring quantitatively, but also highlights that the descendants of Adam and Eve, both sons and daughters, gave rise to their own ethnic descendant. Each branch of the family tree contributed to the cultural diversity that permeates human history. Genetic studies, such as mitochondrial DNA, support this idea of common ancestry. Mitochondrial Eve, referring to the female ancestors shared by all humanity, is a genetic connection that surprisingly aligns with the Adam and Eve narrative. Although symbolic, this concept highlights the genetic unity underlying apparent diversity. Adam and Eve's genetic legacy is more than a mere point of origin. He is the source of the rich ethnic and racial diversity that permeates our world. By considering ethnic diversity and DNA as an integral part of the story of the Forgotten Daughters, we are not only uncovering the genetic basis of humanity, but also recognizing the complexity of our origin. The true beauty of diversity lies not just in appearance, but in the rich heritage we share, linked by genetic ties dating back to Adam and Eve. And so, our journey through the forgotten pages reaches its culmination. I hope that, like me, you have been surprised and enchanted by the stories of Adam and Eve's forgotten daughter. Every revelation, every genealogical connection, and the surprising fertility that shaped ethnic diversity, all of it leads us to rethink what we knew about our origin. Now, we want to hear from you. Leave your reflections or even your own discoveries in the comments, as they are treasures that enrich this video. Leave your comments below. Share your ideas and join this collective exploration. And if you were as excited as I was, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, for we will continue to unravel mysteries, explore forgotten narratives, and take you on a journey through the complexities and wonders of Scripture. Together, we will continue to explore the unknown. Until our next video.